The Fulani have come out to claim responsibility of the killings in Plateau State. I repeat, the Fulani have come out with their full chest. They did a video, a broadcast covered by TVC. They came out and they claimed responsibility, and they are giving conditions for peace. This is happening in a democracy, in a country that has law, rule and order. People that are killing, committing genocide, killing people which are supposed to be arrested and persecuted or prosecuted. These people are coming out boldly with their full chest, owning up to killings, and they are not apprehended, and they are giving conditions for peace. We demand immediate removal of Commander Sector 5 Operation Safe Haven, Dauda, for bias, unprofessional military conduct, inciting violence, inciting religious intolerance, and bigotry, incompetence, and violation of military ethics and constitutional provisions. We are demanding for the disbandment of the notorious anti-Fulani squad state security outfit. They are calling the state security outfit anti-Fulani squad. Okay, codenamed Operation Rainbow. Arrest and prosecute their operatives involved in killing and maiming, arresting and displacing Fulani communities. What is the issue? What is the conflict between the community and the Fulani? They say it is inciting religious intolerance and bigotry, incompetence. See, they are not coming out with a concrete thing that the Bokos community has done against the Fulani. The aggressor here is the Fulani. So I thought that the video would just like pinpoint what these guys have done. Watch this video.
We demand the immediate removal of Commander Sector 5 Operation Safe Haven, Bokos Colonel Dauda Majem, for bias, unprofessional military conduct, inciting violence, inciting religious intolerance and bigotry, incompetence and violation of military ethics and constitutional provisions. We are demanding for the disbandment of the notorious and anti-Fulani squad, the state security outfit codenamed Operation Rainbow, arrest and prosecute her operatives involved in killing, maiming, arresting and displacing Fulani communities in Bokos local government.
The reasons why the Fulani, in quotes, allegedly, reportedly, are being displaced and what have you. For instance, in Enugu State, Enugu community, the Fulani have been coming into the farms and been destroying, killing people. They have found a place they are settling now. How did they come? They are not indigenous to Enugu State. They come with their usual tactic. They scare people out of their ancestral land, and they just find a place where they will settle. If they stay in these places and somehow they pressure the localities, they will not be expecting the chiefs of the town to look for how they will make peace. They are grabbing land though. They have used style. I've told you, the way a Fulani comes into a community, they come like, see, I beg, our cows, we won't feed them, I beg. We don't go disturb anybody, blah, 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 this or that. They come, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, when you look at the military, look at the police, look at the security. Even when Buhari was president, he gave them a lot of leverage. They were trying to put out some laws, grazing routes, water resources, ranching, open grazing, and all have you, to even support them. They will use all those, their bosses in power and their people in the security, whatever, in the soldier and everything. They use it and they'll just get a place. Getting a place, they will encroach on the farmlands of people, killing people, maiming. Remember, in the first place, you gave them that free land to stay. From there, they will colonize the land as if it is theirs. If you try to send them away, that's when they start trouble. Somebody will come and say, these are Nigerians, they can stay anywhere. They can stay anywhere, let them buy lands. They do not buy, they'll go inside the thick forest. In Ogun State, they caught hundreds of them. In Lagos State, they caught hundreds of them. In Ogun State, you are going inside thick forest to do what? Is it your father's land? You go there and you have a base. unknown to people, you create a community. I'm trying to highlight the issues with Fulani. You create a community, illegal. That is why I think it's in Ibadan, the Olubadan Ibadan. There's a title by some of these communities, these northern communities. He had to disband that title because they just come settle the place, start bullying everybody illegally. So in Enugu State, they have found a place they will stay. Now, after causing crisis, they will now say, let's peace. They are on your land, and they are unwilling to leave your land, but yet they are asking for peace because somehow they get support from the security officials. There's a video I'll play for you where a Katsina State security person did a video. He spoke in Hausa. He said that the soldiers and what have you, the military, are aiding these bandits and terrorists, Nigerian soldiers. Allegation upon allegation. Allegation upon allegation. So with all this situation, they stay in that community. They will now be looking for peace. There should be no peace. Somebody encroached on my land. Somebody is on my land illegally. He doesn't have to stay there. Let's talk about that first, not talk about peace. This is the issues we have in these communities in Plateau State. Over the years, they've allowed these guys to stay on those lands, which is not theirs. He gave them. They now form Jagaban on the lands. How did they conquer the houses? They allowed them. They infiltrated them. They are strangers. They are foreigners. They infiltrated them, and they had to play these guys dirty. So what is the issue with Fulani and Boko's community in Plateau State? The community, the land, the place belongs to the indigenous of that community. The Fulanis, these are outsiders. They will use style when they stay in a particular place, forming peace. Let's stay together. We're using religion. You know, religion has a way of trying to make you lower your guard. Yes, religion sometimes will make you lose guard. They'll bring in religion. These guys will lose guard and think they are brothers. They allow them stay. They will stay. They will get into local government. They'll get into this. They'll get into army. They'll infiltrate everywhere. Now, when they have the power, they want to rename. They will go and kill a village. They want to rename the village after their own, as if it's their ancestral land. This is how they carefully take over communities. So I was waiting for this young man who should be arrested after making this statement. I was waiting for him to give us the really conflict. Fulani communities. How these Fulani communities come into play? If the Fulani communities were to be peaceful, like they are peaceful in Ghana, like they are peaceful in Mali. You know, most West African countries are also sending the Fulanis away because it is typical of them. Anywhere they find themselves, they always constitute nuisance. And they are not indigenous to those places. You see how they treat them in Ghana. Because the Ghanaian government, the Ghanaian soldiers are not filled with northerners who have been conquered by the Fulani. The Ghanaian soldier military, they don't have generals who are Fulani, in quote, in that number. If they are, they are not infiltrated by the Fulani. It's because Nigeria is infiltrated by the Fulani, both at the executive level, both at the agencies, federal agencies. Everywhere you see the Fulani. That's why you see it is difficult to stop these bandits, these kidnappers, and these Boko Haram guys from perpetrating their criminal activities on indigenous people in the land. So what is the offense of this Boko? Why? So nothing. Fulani communities where now? Fulani communities where? Should be that the same Fulani communities carried out jihad on Hausa Emirate, which is Kano Emirate, which is now occupied by all Fulanis. Emir of Kano is Fulani. The one where they fight Emir of Kano, now two Fulani they fight themselves. The governor na Fulani, deputy governor Fulani, state government Fulani, chief of staff, all of them Fulani. The five most powerful persons in the government in Kano State Fulani, whilst it's an Hausa state. How did it come about? While the Fulani, these guys are foreigners. So you coming out trying to give conditions. I blame Tinubu for being, I don't know. Look at the former Zamfara state governor. Look at the NSC. Former Zamfara state governor Matawale have been accused of so many things about his. This one accuse him. This one use Hausa language accuse him. That one use Fufidi language accuse him. That he's even there's a report that these bandits, what's his name? That bandits accuse him of sponsoring terrorism in the north. That popular bandit, I've forgotten his name. I think I will get his name. Accused him of sponsoring terrorism. Tinubu can appoint him for defense. Is he Minister of Defense or Minister of State for? I don't know. I think Bagudu is one. Then Matalewe is the other one. With all this, look at these guys are coming. Somebody says in a serious country after the broadcast, straight to detention, awaiting trial. This is serious. They are tagging the DSS. What are you guys really doing? If it's for young men that are trying to make Nigeria better by identifying, holding government accountable, the DSS knows how to locate those ones. But look at these guys coming out. A group brazenly attacks and kills Nigerians for many years and still counting. They walk free. They get media coverage on national TV. They get police protection. They display their ransom on video. They walk free with AK-47 and other ammunition. They get the backing of the presidency. The country appears to be in the pocket of this ragtag militia group that moves around as Fulani nomads. They are on a mission. A disunited southern Nigeria is the right recipe for the fall of the South. The Southwest is sadly falling and bending over for their rape. South and Southeast hope you can stand together. I told you, one of the reasons why you see all these things happening is because the southern Nigeria is not united. And in the near future will never be united because of the greed of politicians, the stupidity of politicians. And the thing that pains me the most is that some of these politicians in southern Nigeria, they use ethnicity to keep you divided so that they can have access to the treasury, have access to money for their children. How many of these politicians, how many of their children are going to public schools or are going to universities in Nigeria? They keep you divided. They cannot make the country good. When it's time for medical, if they have headache, they travel out of the country. They are leaders in your country. They have been leaders for 10, 20, 30 years in your country. They have not been able to fix the healthcare system in your country. And they are the ones coming to tell you that it is the Igbo man that is your problem. It is your fellow Southerner is your problem. They have not fixed the educational system. They carry their children are abroad. They don't use any of your things. They are the ones that are leading and want to fix the country. People that want to fix the country don't patronize the country. So some people, when I see some people doing bigotry on social media, I just know that these ones are lost. You know, when somebody is mad, like Jonathan said, you can wake somebody that is sleeping, but you cannot wake somebody that is pretending to sleep. And these people think, these southern leader, these people that are saying APC, this one, they think that the politicians then send them. You see, some of these politicians, they have like 10, 15 years to live on this earth. They go use their own, spoil your own. They use their own, instead of you to demand for a system that works. You are supporting people that are dividing the South, giving the North an edge over every other person. I want to read this. I know most of us have seen this before. This is from Ahmad Bello. Before he was killed, Ahmad Bello, at the coup. A new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our great-grandfather. We all know Ahmad Bello that was killed by Nzogu and co. The 1966 coup. He says, a new nation called Nigeria should be an estate of our great-grandfather, Uthman Danfodio. We must ruthlessly prevent a change of power. We use the minorities of the North as willing tools and the South as a conquered territory, and never allow them to rule over us, and never allow them to have control over their future. That is what they have done exactly. The South now is a conquered territory because the South cannot unite. The hatred between Igbo and Yoruba It is unprecedented. The South cannot unite, and it is before our eyes. Okay, some people think, okay, we have the seaport, we have the international airport, we have all it takes. When the thing reach your side, you go know how far say all these things na rubbish. United States now is closing down its embassies. African countries, United States is closing embassies. Do you know some embassies where they use almost $200-300 million to build those embassies? Just one government come in, then they want to shut down the embassy. They use $200-300 million. Maybe when the presidents when they were building the embassies, they foreign direct investment. This government is doing well. They have built this embassy. This embassy is standing strong. Yes, this is going to bring revenue into the country. It takes a government to destroy all those things you think that your regional system of your regional led government brings to you. It takes a government. If Tinubu is not, if I know Tinubu will not lose the election, he's going to complete 8 years. Some people are angry I said so, but that's what it is. It is what it is. So, looking at it, except something else happens, there's what is constant in life is change. Anything can happen. But as it stands now, tomorrow, I heard that 4 APC governors. So that one, I never even want to talk about that one. The appointment made by Tinubu, Yoruba left, Yoruba, according to Verify, Yoruba. Somebody comes in as Commander-in-Chief 2007. It just take 2 or 3 meeting days. They will change everything. They will just change everything. So don't think because you are benefiting from bigotry that will not allow Southern Nigeria unite. That's what you are going to see. If this was done by Amotekun, was done by you cannot compare the bandits to Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot compare. That's my opinion. What if Sunday Igboho was saying, for these killings to do this, do that, we give conditions like this, like that? What did Buhari do to Sunday Igboho? That's my question. What did Buhari that was Sunday Igboho was busy defending his Ngonga community from the Fulani? What did Buhari do to him? Chased him, almost killed him. He had to run for his life. They even traced him to Benin Republic. Did a lot of things. They sent Brutai as ambassador to Benin Republic. Brutai. They used that guy wanted to wound Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. But Tinubu will sit down and this young man will be here threatening the peace with blood on their hands, threatening the peace of the people of Bokos. I'm from Bokos, Plateau State, and I'm in the state. And these Fulani guys are just making these threats. Wow. Some people don't get mine though. Some people don't get mine, I tell you. You are saying that they should remove the military officer in charge of his bias or whatsoever. That for arresting and prosecuting operatives involved in killing and maiming, arresting and displacing Fulani communities. If they start bringing justice to the people of Enugu State, won't they be arresting people in these Fulani communities? Is it not from these Fulani communities that these people come and attack? And we are the community cited. I'm using Enugu as an example. Cited in the forest, in the bush. So you go there and you arrest, go. Everybody, go. This is illegal place to stay. Go. You are constituting nuisance. Anywhere Fulani, everywhere Fulani. They are supposed to arrest people. The perpetration of this killing, they are supposed to be haunted, prosecuted, or whatever they can do to them. So because they are doing their job, they are saying for them doing their job, they should be prosecuted. That's why sometimes they say we dey share country with some of these people. The same Sultan of Sokoto is calling social media a terrorist organization. Same Sultan of Sokoto calling social media a terrorist. Social media that is exposing the activities of his brothers, the Fulani. Yes, social media is exposing the activities. If not for social media, if social media is as vibrant as it is in the southwest, if it's vibrant like that in the north, my brother, many things would have been uncovered. There are some things that are going under the carpet that we are not privy to. We don't know because of the social media is not advanced. I know in the territory of the Sultan of Sokoto, they might not allow that development. Well, you don't even speak up against constitutional authority. What they are practicing there is a monarchical system of government. And no one that Sultan of Sokoto for many years and Fulani holding that position for many years. Look at the development. I can see development in Sokoto. So now over to the police, over to the president of Ahmed Tinubu. You're a Southern president. We look at you as Southern president. It seems like Northerners are always quiet when these killings go on. You see how they spoke up during the Uromi, whatever happened. So Northerners are always quiet whenever these killings are going on. We are asking on President Tinubu, come out and step in. Let these people be arrested. When people now resort to defense, start procuring weapons to defend themselves, it is the same. When the army, I don't know where to start from now. See, Katsina Watch Corps commander accused Nigerian soldiers of supplying arms to bandits, enforcing levies, aiding ransom payments. This is from Sahara Reporters. I don't know if you can see it. Sahara Reporters. Sahara Reporters. Katsina Watch Corps commander accuses Nigerian soldiers of supplying arms to bandits, enforcing levies, aiding ransom payments. Most times you see that they'll kidnap somebody a mile to checkpoint. Most times you hear reports of somebody gave ransom not too far from a checkpoint. The Fulanis will not look at this one. It is the one that is doing their job they are looking at. So for peace to reign, they should remove the state security outfit from protecting the people. They should remove the people that are taking measures to protect the people from your killings. So far, over 100 people have been killed. How many Fulanis have been killed? If you are looking, okay, community, first off, the community belongs to the people. You are outsiders. You are perpetrating all sorts of criminalities and they want you out. And you are saying you cannot go out. Because your presence over the years, since they accepted you, before you came, there was peace. Your presence over the years have been bringing all sorts of crime, hatred on people because of your agenda. I just read it out now. Because of your agenda, that's why any place you go, any community you go, there won't be peace because of your agenda. If your agenda is not agenda, you now resort to killings, kidnappings, and also criminal activities. This is what we are seeing in Nigeria today. May God help Nigerians.